Welcome back mga kaibigan. Good afternoon. I am GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. Manonood tayo ngayon sa laban sa pagitan ng team MSI EvoGT versus Diamonds. Pero bago natin natin muna ating schedule for tonight.
Alright, so of course, first we'll have two games today as usual. It'll be Diamond versus MSI EvoGT. Of course, first we'll have the MSI EvoGT on the blue side, followed by Diamond on the purple side. And in the second match, we will have a switch of the sides, of course. MSI EvoGT will be on the purple side, while Team Diamond will be in the blue side.
So kagabi nagkaroon ng laban sa pagitan ng Team Mineski at Wargads. And Wargads earned 2 points or 3 points.
That's right.
Sa laban nila versus Team ng Mineski, 2-0 sila sa kanilang laban. Pero they earned 3 points sa laban yun.
Yes, so right now Imperium and Wargads are now tied for first place with both playing 8 games and receiving 8 points each. In second place is right now the Manila Eagles with 5 points playing 8 games as well. Team Diamond right now with 3 points playing 6 games, and MSI EvoGT playing 6 games as well have earned 2 points. At the bottom of the standings right now is Team Mineski with only 2 points with 8 games played. So today Diamond and MSI EvoGT will determine who will increase in the rankings or stay at the bottom.
Pag nanalo dito ng dalawang beses ang team na MSI EvoGT, I mean ang Diamond, they will have 3 points sa laban nila. I mean sa ating standings ng ating PGS. And they will go for the slot, I think 4th slot dito para sa ating rankings ng ating PGS. Kapatay nila dito yung team ng Manila Eagles. And so far, if ever na matalo naman sila ng dalawang beses, may iwanan sila dito ng team MSI EvoGT having the 3 points na may ipon nila sa laban na to. But yes, I think, knowing Team Diamond, medyo unpredictable yung mga galawan nila din eh. Kaso unfortunately, nung nakaraan, I think ang naging problema nila dito ay basta-basta sila nung kanilang kalaban. Ang pinakamahirap para sa kanila ay kapag naban yung fiddlesticks for sure, kung saan mapapansin natin dito na laging autoban for the laging sa kanilang kalaban. And ngayon nakalaban nila team MSI EvoGT. MSI EvoGT have the advantage when it comes to the experience kasi mas marami sila tournaments na napagdaanan before.
That's right.
And take note mga kaibigan, MSI EvoGT yung team dati na lumaban sa Season 1 Southeast Asia Qualifier. Right. I mean Season 2 tama, Season 1. And unfortunately, they didn't make it na umabot sa Worlds. But right, still, being one of the qualifier dun sa ating Southeast Asia, isa pa rin yun napakalaking achievement for their team. And so far ngayon, for the lineup of Team Diamond, we have Sharks for the mid lane. Still, si Resil ito sa kanilang jungle na si Maricel or Maricel. Para sa kanilang top lane na si Kami, bagong player nila. We have two new members from Diamond, Kami and Mint. And si Shuraka para sa kanilang support player. That's on right, the other hand, for team na MSI EvoGT, we have Oni for the mid lane, Coops for the jungle, Shishi or George for the top laner, kanilang AD carry na si Carl, at ang kanilang support na si Edgy.
That's right. So of course, Mid is replacing Marky, who used to be the original AD carry for CM Storm Diamond, which of course now is Team Diamond. So it'll be interesting to see if Diamond could beat MSI in terms of, like you mentioned, see MSI, they have bigger exposure and bigger experience overall over that Team Diamond. So, pag nag-late game, I have a feeling MSI have the advantage over Team Diamond. So, we'll have to see if the new lineup coming from Diamond will be strong enough to face the tenured lineup coming from MSI Evo.
At ito pa yung mahirap for Team ng Diamonds. Usually, alam natin lahat na isang team, lumalakas kapag mas marami sila experience, magkakasama sila. Unfortunately, Team Diamond have to adjust sa mga players nila dito. They have to change the other role, they have to change, or they have to use the substitute player dito and then recruit another member for their team. And unfortunately, kapag gano'n yung nangyayari dito, you can't play very well sa bagong mo team member kasi hindi mo naman sila nakalaro before, hindi mo naman alam yung galaw nila, hindi mo naman alam kung sila mag-carry sa'yo. And let's see how Diamond will dominate this game against team na MSI EvoGT. Mananalo nga ba sila or with this new lineup, or mahirapan na naman silang manalo dito against team na members sa EvoGT, knowing na MSI EvoGT with that experience from the Southeast Asia Qualifier. Carl is a player na lagi natin nakikita dito. They won against Team Mineski, 1-1 ang score nila last week or last week dito sa laban nila. And they're using he was using Vayne and Ezreal sa dalawang laban nila doon. In the first game, they dominated the bottom lane with Vayne and against Ezreal.
Yes.
And Ezreal. And on the second game, they switched the champions dito. EXO goes for the AD carry na si Ezreal. I mean Vayne.
That's right. And sila naman nag-Ezreal.
Yes. MSI EvoGT goes for the Ezreal. And alam natin lahat na champion Ezreal can counter Vayne dito with his air can shape if ever na mag-initiate sa kanya. Pero once na makapag-farm ng sobra dito, si Vayne, he can dominate every lane dito. Especially sa early part of the game, kapag lumalamang na siya ng sobra, kaya niya i-dominate ang buong laban. Even the carries, even the tankers, kaya niyang sugupahin dito. Or sagupahin ang kanyang kalaban dito with that item. Pero mga kaibigan mo mag-start ng ating game.
We're about to start the game. Alright, so just wait for the start game and we should see the pick and ban phase again. We'll have MSI EvoGT on the blue side while Team Diamond will be on the purple side. Of course, it'll be interesting to see the picks and bans coming from both teams. Like I said, like you mentioned, 2 new members from Team Diamond, Kami and Min. So this will be the ace of Team Diamond if ever against MSI EvoGT, since they may not know the champions or the playstyle of these 2 champions.
Ito yung isang advantage kapag nagpapalit-palit ka ng, ng team members dito. You don't usually see the playstyle of the other players, especially ngayon. Na alam mo lahat na if ever na makalaban mo dito sa League of Legends kapag tournament draft, tournament gaming, you're most likely going for a champion na alam mong pang-counter sa kalaban mo. Or champion na alam mong pwede mong gamitin to counter another champion.
Yes.
But on the other, if ever na hindi mo kilala yung kalaban mo, you don't know who to ban. Hindi mo alam kung sino yung champion na pwede mong gamitin or hindi mo alam kung sino yung mga champion na pwede mong i-ban, especially kung alam mo yung weakness na lane ninyo.
That's right.
Especially if ever na ang weakness role ninyo or yung lane ninyo dito ay yung mid lane, you have to ban champion na alam mong pang-counter sa champion mo or alam mong magpapahirap sa buong laning phase ninyo sa laban na to.
That's right. And of course, syempre, like, they don't know kung sino talagang malakas magbuhat dun sa Team Diamond. For all we know, Diamond Kami might be somebody like a JS. He was very strong in forcing team fights. Alright, so we're now in the pick and ban phase. Of course, MSI EvoGT will have the first ban in this game. They've decided to ban out Kha'Zix, very strong jungler right now, very popular pick. We've seen Insect use it very strongly in the IEM Katowice a few weeks ago.
Yes,
and
actually, Kha'Zix with the Void Assault evolution dito. As first, once na mababa siya ng level 6, they will evolve the Void Assault. Sobrang naging mainstream to.
Yes.
Even Kha'Zix na nasa mid lane or nasa top lane dito, they will go for that skill build. Even Kaigu yesterday, ginawa niya yun. Level 6 in the mid lane,
well,
he goes for the evolution.
That I think I'd have to say it's a buff, giving him from 3 seconds naging 6 seconds yung invisibility niya pag an upgrade. Plus, of course, when he's invisible, there's movement speed, there's damage reduction, and the new buff.
Hello, mic check. And I think medyo nagkaroon tayo ng technical difficulty kanina at nagkaroon tayo ng something at mukhang nakamute ang ating mic. Pero yun nga mga kaibigan, very sorry sa nangyari kanina. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin tayo ngayon laban sa pagitan ng Team MSI EvoGT versus Team Diamond. So far for the pick of MSI EvoGT, Vayne, Jana, and Renekton versus For the Diamonds, we have Fiddlesticks, Eve, Trundle, and Sphere. So far for the lineup of Team Diamond, kaya na sinabi natin kanina, they usually, we all know na Vayne is a very threat for any team dito, especially kung makakakuha sa kanya si Carl. So with that in hand, MSI EvoGT took the chance to get the first champion dito for Vayne. But on the other hand, since they all know, or Diamond knows na hindi nila binan itong si Fiddlesticks, they got the chance to pick that champion as their first pick dito. And with that, in the bottom lane, you all know na kahit sinong AD carry against a Fiddlestick, ang mangyayari dito parang with that fear, almost 2.75 seconds dito ang bibigay sa kanyang pressure. So, kapag naipagsabahan ito AD carry, especially si Sphere and Fiddlesticks against kay Vayne, or kung sino man yung support nila, ang mangyayari dito, the damage output coming from the AD carries dito, in exchange of poke damage, maglalamang dito si Sphere. Kasi with that fear, you can do anything.
That's right.
Sobrang tagal ng fear dito ni Fiddlesticks at yun yung kailangan focus dito ng team MSI EvoGT in the bottom lane.
Yes.
If ever na ma-secure ng mabuti nitong si Edgy in the bottom lane yung kanyang support against with his teammate dito, kaya nila manalo sa laban in the bottom lane. Once na mag-level 6 sila, they will dominate the early team, the gaming phase dito or sa laning phase dito sa bottom lane at yun ang magpapahirap sa team ng Diamond to win sa mga teamfight na mangyayari.
Yes, actually I have a feeling that it might be possible na magkaroon tayo ng early lane swap coming from the Vayne and Janna going to the top lane. As you can see, the top lane pick from MSI is a Renekton, and I think it's going to be probably the Trundle in the top lane. And Trundle, of course, and Renekton are very good 2v1 champions in the solo lanes. I mean, they may not win it, but they won't have a hard time, unlike other champions that are more glass cannon types. But these champions have good sustain, so they should be okay if a 2v1 does ever happen in the laning phase.
Looking at the lineup, mga kaibigan, we have MSI EvoGT, Ryze, Wukong, Renekton, Vayne, and Janna. On the other hand, for the Diamond, we have Annie for the mid lane, Evelyn for the jungle, top lane, tong Trundle, and Sphere. And syempre, ang kanilang support na si Fiddlesticks. This is a very hard time for Team MSI EvoGT in the bottom lane na mag-secure na kanilang objective, not only by just by getting the CS, but also yung kanilang pakipagsabayan sa kanilang kalaban.
Yes. Team Diamond has a very squishy composition, but very high. All of them have very high burst damage. All of the champions they pick have the highest burst damage in the game. Annie, Evelyn, and Fiddlesticks all have very high AP damage spells and ratios as well. So it'll be interesting if they can probably erase members from MSI EvoGT before a team fight even starts. They may have the upper hand over MSI, but if MSI is able to initiate properly, of course with the full combo they have from Ryze and Wukong and of course Janna to protect Vayne, they should be able to come out in the team fight. So it'll be really interesting to see how Team Diamond will execute their composition on MSI EvoGT.
For the bottom lane, Diamond, Sphere and Fiddlesticks versus Vayne and Janna dito. I am thinking si Janna is a very effective champion with the support as a support player dito or champion, especially against his opponent. Pero mga kaibigan, take note, Sphere is a champion na possible din ang bang counter kay Vayne dito. We all know na merong skill si Vayne, meron siyang final or meron siyang tumble, meron siyang condemn. Pero yung condemn lang yung skill na kaya mag-cancel dito ng shield or ng spell shield na magagamit dito
from Janna.
From Sphere, di ba? If ever na mag-initiate ito ang team ng MSI EvoGT, kailangan masigurado dito ni Janna or nitong si Edgy na yung kanyang skills ay tatama lamang sa kanyang kalaban na si Sphere. Ang mangyayari dito, if ever na ma-disable niya yung kanyang spell shield, they can win the team fight. Pero take note mga kaibigan, they have Fiddlesticks pa. We have the damage output from Fiddlesticks, yung kanyang bouncing silence dito. Also yung kanyang fear. Sobrang effective in the team fight na mangyayari sa bottom lane. In the middle lane, Annie versus Ryze. Kahapon nakita na si JLC used Annie as AP carry na top lane versus Renekton. Pero ngayon he's about to go against a Ryze champion in the mid lane. And we all know when it comes to the burst damage, both champion have the potential. If ever na muna dito ni Annie itong si Ryze, when it comes to the burst damage, muna siya ma-stun, and Ryze can't do anything, hindi niya makayang labanan dito si Sharks. So, mangyayari dito, depende sa kung sino mag-execute ng skill, na una silang maglaban dito. MSI EvoGT only have to make sure na meron siyang masteries or runes like item dito for the magic resist.
Yeah, actually, if you like, we can take a look. It'll be interesting to see how Ryze is building up against the Annie in this game, especially since Ryze has not been a very popular pick. He's been picked up a few times recently, but it's interesting to see that most of the Ryze now go for offensive masteries instead of the utility, unlike that was very popular Ryze back in Season 3. Alright, so of course we got Annie, very strong champion, sometimes played as a support, but we've seen like yesterday that JLC picking up the Annie on the top lane dominated even Renekton in the lane. So it was quite interesting to see how strong Annie is even on a sort of unfavorable matchup for Renekton.
For team of MSI EvoGT, we are seeing na they have in the mid lane, we have the top lane dito, Renekton versus kay Trundle. Trundle is a very effective champion in the top lane. When it comes to the experience, I think Trundle can just dominate yung top lane dito. Kahit sino kalaban niya, even against Gragas, even against Renekton, or even against a champion na alam natin lahat na sobrang mahirap when it comes to the top lane dito, especially Nasus, the champion like Shyvana. Trundle, when it comes to the harass, yung kanya po, dami siya against his opponent, even though he's a middle champion, yung paggamit niya ng bite dito, yung pag na-utilize ng maayos, one hit and then bite, mabilis mangyayari dito yung kanya attack speed. And with that, he can just also gank enemies dito with the trophy or yung kanyang malaking boulder dito ng ice kung saan kaya nilang mag-dominate dito in every team fight na mangyayari. And again mga kaibigan, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. I am GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
Match between Team MSI EvoGT vs Diamonds. Pero
it's
bago
about
lahat,
to start. Yes, but while we're waiting for them to load into the game, GG.Sphere, can you please tell me about GameX itong feature galing kay Smart?
yes, meron tayong e-pins from GameX na pwede tayong makapag-load ng ating RP or ng shells, Garena shells from GameX. Pero bago lahat, syempre kailangan meron kang Smart, TNT, or Sun Cellular na SIM dito. Pero bago lahat mga kaibigan,
dapat may load din yung phone.
syempre dapat may load ka rin dito. Pero ito na mga kaibigan, paano nyo gagawin yun? Paano kayo makapag-load ng RP nyo just using your own mobile load?
Yes, that's right.
Ito na mga kaibigan, just visit events.gamix.ph and after nun, you are about to choose the game you are playing. Syempre, we are playing League of Legends. After mapiliin yung League of Legends, mamimili ka ng denomination na gusto mo. Kung magkano yung RP na bibilin mo, pipiliin mo yun doon, mayroon ka ng choices doon after mapiliin yung game. And then after mo mapili lahat ng gusto mo, lahat ng shells na gusto mo bilhin, you will click add to cart.
That's right.
After mo i-click yung add to cart, lalagay mo yung mobile number mo. Syempre, kailangan Smart, TNT, and Sun Cellular subscriber ka para magkaroon ka ng para magawa mo yung itong e-pins from GameX. Yes. And after nun, after mo mag-click ng add to cart, you will receive the confirmation code doon sa yung number na bigay mo kanina.
That's
after
right.
mo ma-receive yung confirmation code, i-text mo to sa 3161 and after mo i-text sa 3161, you will receive the e-pin yung kailangan mo for the Garena shells.
Yes, that's right. So go into your game, load those shells, and you can buy those awesome skins provided by Riot for League of Legends. Alright,
Thank you very much, GameX. Na napakagandang feature sa ating mga gamer na hindi na kailangan pumunta sa pila at tumayo na kanilang upuan. Siyempre, gamer tayo, karamihan talaga. Kailangan mag-focus sa gaming kasi yun na, ang napaka-effective way to buy your own Garena shells. Pero ito na mga
thank
kaibigan.
you Smart and Razer for being our sponsor this season and providing this feature from Smart, of course. GameX sponsoring us this season. So you can, like GG.Sphere just mentioned a few seconds ago, if ever you need to buy e-pins or shells with your e-pins, with your load, you can use your Smart Sun Cellular or Talk 'n Text cell phone to buy these Garena shells. Alright, so game on na po tayo. Medyo may konting pause for a few minutes of the game. Basically, they're probably just adjusting their settings. As we can see, on the blue side again is the MSI EvoGT. On the purple side, we'll have Team Diamond. The lineup of MSI EvoGT today will be Ryze in the mid lane, Wukong in the jungle, Renekton in the top lane, and of course, Vayne and Janna in the bot lane.
Maganda-ganda yung laban sa pagitan ng team MSI EvoGT versus Diamond. We all know na they both have to win this game.
That's
Halos
right.
lahat naman namin ng laban na dito, dapat naging sila mananalo. Pero with the performance in the bottom lane of Carl and Edgy, sobrang naging effective nila lagi sa mga laning phase. They were always winning the laning phase dito, pero nahirapan sila nung lumaban sila against Vayne and Janna as well in the bottom lane, naging sa team ng Mineski. But take it mga kaibigan, Ezreal is champion at sobrang nahihirapan against sa Vayne. Yes, he is a champion na meron pang escape. Meron siya pang takbo dito, this arc and shift niya to disengage if ever na may initiation ng kanya kalaban. Pero he can't do anything na makipagsabayan against his opponent kapag ang kalaban niya si Vayne.
That's right.
Dahil kapag tumama yung condemn dito from Vayne, ang mangyayari dito, hindi na niya kaya sabayan yun. Kasi mas mabilis yung damage output niya against his opponent. Especially, even kung may mistake shot dito si Ezreal in the bottom lane, hindi pa rin ganun ka-enough para masecure niya yung kanyang damage output against his opponent. Pero mga kaibigan, nagkasalubong dito si Diamond, Mint, and
Oni.
MSI EvoGT, Oni,
Yeah,
sa
so
jungle.
Oni throwing out his Q onto Severe. Of course, the Q of Oni has Rise has increased in the previous patch. We're using the 4.3 patch, where Rise received a slight buff on his kit. Of course, he has slightly larger HP at level 1, including a longer range on his Q. So
sobrang nagiging mainstream yung mga paghihintay sa tribush na to. And this usually happen kapag nagkakaroon ng mga swap lane. So I'm thinking na possible din na maging top ang AD carry dito. Ang AD carry ng isang team dito from the Diamond. Pero mga kaibigan, we're looking at the champion of Team Diamond dito na si Shura ay nasa bottom lane. So I'm thinking na wala swap from Team of Diamond. Pero ayun sa EvoGT, yes, she have to go for top lane. Typical na mga laning phase mga kaibigan. Pero naiiwan dito si Shura in the bottom lane. Shura trying to shove enemy team dito mga kaibigan, pero naiwan siya mag-isa. Have to use his flash out and then trying to escape against these 4 champion mga kaibigan, but yes, he succeed escaping that team fight. Pero mukhang kukunin ngayon ng Team MSI EvoGT ang blue buff ng Team Diamond dito, and if ever na makuha nila to mga kaibigan, Maricel waiting for that blue buff to steal, and yes mga kaibigan, very good job for Maricel dito getting that blue buff, pero a waste of his flash in that team fight mga kaibigan.
Yes, it's gonna instead of Wukong picking up that early blue buff, it looks like it may bring him behind now. Evelyn going straight for her red buff and probably even try to counter Wukong in his blue buff if she can take down the red buff fast enough. As you can see, Wukong wasting no time, going straight for that. Right now here in the top lane, Kami and Shishi going head on right now, and not much advantage. As you can see, the CS of Annie is right now at 8 and 2 only for Rise. Alright, so here in the top lane again, of course we have the Trundle versus the Renekton. Not a very classic matchup. Trundle's a very strong champion against tank, but we haven't seen much of him being played recently.
Alam mo, in the bottom lane, in the middle lane, I'm thinking na it's a good choice for Team Diamond dito to pick Annie as their AP carry. Kasi once na mahulog niya si Vayne dito, Vayne can just can get stunned as well dito sa laban nila, and hindi siya makagawa ng paraan dito para makatakbo since the burst damage coming from his opponent. Also, a follow-up boomerang from team members of Diamond dito sa laban, from mid sa laban nito, and I think yun ang magpapahirap dito for Carl to dominate this team fight ang mangyayari. Pero mga kaibigan, in the mid lane, Oni wala na siyang mana dito. He's doing an early harass against his opponent, at eto yung maganda para kay Annie sa champion. Once na magamit niya yung kanyang skill dito against minion na mapapatay niya, he will regenerate all the mana na magagamit niya doon sa minion na yun.
That's right. Alright, so it looks like Shishi and Trundle here in the top lane. Going down to the bottom lane, right now Diamond is pushing the minions to the towers of MSI, forcing them to defend there. Carl and Shishi, not much action happening here. As you can see in terms of CS, they're pretty much even right now. Not much action. They're probably gonna wait for the jungler to come in before any action to happen here. Diamond Mint here being a bit aggressive on the Vayne. As you can see, Vayne playing very defensively right now, avoiding getting hit by Diamond Mint on the Severe.
Mga kaibigan, in the bottom lane, it's kind of unusual na makita natin na nahihirapan itong si Vayne or Vayne dyan na lineup in the bottom lane dito, dahil we usually saw how dominating itong si Vayne in the early part of the game pa lamang with the Janna support. Pero ngayon, we are looking at the champion na alam natin na na-counter talaga. Vayne is a champion na sobrang effective in the bottom lane. Pero kapag ang kalaban niya ay champion na alam mong pinaghandaan para sa kanya, Vayne, Fiddlesticks against his opponent dito, pag na-fear niya kagad dito si Carl, kitang-kita natin yung damage output from that bouncing silence from Shura dito in the bottom lane. Sobrang haras yung ginagawa nila. And take note, napakabilis ng regeneration ng mana niya. So he can just put down his third skill dito against his opponent every time na mag-cooldown to.
That's right.
So yun ang kapahirap dito for Carl and Edge dito. They don't have any sustained damage. Sustained heal against with his teammate. Pero ang mangyayari dito, the only thing that matter for their team dito ay yung shield na nanggagaling from Janna.
Alright, so again, Diamond Mint and Diamond Churaka having the early lead in terms of lane pushing here, and Carl, of course, doing his best, doing a good job so far of picking up almost every CS in the lane as well. So I feel like I expect an early gank coming from here. As we can see, MSI EvoGT Coops flashing in there to make sure that they're able to let the Ignite burn down to Annie. Of course, Rise picking up the first blood of the game, and giving him a slight advantage over Andy as the game progresses.
Good job for Coops. Ganking na mid lane dito just in time and sa paggamit ng kanyang flash to secure another kill at the top and the mid lane mga kaibigan. Pero dito sa baba, natatamaan ng fear dito. Terrifies si Carl mga kaibigan. Still sure at taking so much damage and wala siya ditong life drain or yung kanyang second skill na usually nilalagay lamang kung ikaw ay jungle fiddlesticks.
Yes.
Pero I think this is an effective skill for him, especially sa haras na ginagawa niya. At kapag na-max out niya kagad yung fear niya dito, I don't think Carl can dominate the bottom lane sa mga pagkakataon ito kapag nagtagal ng laban na to.
Alright, actually, I'd just like to point out now the Spell Thief's Edge now is changed in the recent patch as well. It's a really good item actually with Fiddlesticks, since whenever he uses his silence to bounce around, he picks up the full amount of gold right away. As you can see, Rise running in
Napakabilis
here.
mga kaibigan. Oni ganging the bottom lane. Shura's got with that rune prison. One more hit mga kaibigan. And yes, they pick up another kill in the bottom lane. It's a one for an exchange in favor of team members of MSI EvoGT. And it's a very effective gank from Oni sa nangyari sa baba. And I think ito yung pinaka-threat kay Rise eh. We all know na si Rise ay champion na sobrang kailangan ng movement speed. At kitang-kita natin kanina in the bottom lane na even though wala siyang boots pa kanina, nahabol niya ang kanyang kalaban.
Yes.
I mean, meron siyang boot kanina and that gave him the advantage sa kanyang movement speed to gank na bottom lane dito.
Yes, as you can see, Rise very fast right now. Diamond pick. I'm sorry. It was Diamond Mint who picked up a kill on the Janna right now. As you can see, Janna is a very good defensive champion, but it's also very thin and can easily be bursted down by champions like Severe. And as you can see, Sharks and Oni going at it right now. Of course, Sharks decided to back away since Marcel was able to spot out Coops here, and an easy pick up from Coops again. Looks like Marcel unable to pick up a kill in exchange for that. So another 1-for-0 exchange in favor of MSI EvoGT.
Maricel can't even risk that chance mga kaibigan. Kahit na pumilit siya pumasok doon at mag-responde sa kanyang teammate, possible pa na double kill sila. So he have to make sure na at least he can just stay away from that team fight na nangyari kanina. Pero mga kaibigan, we're looking at the CS in the mid lane. Pareho sila ngayon, pantay sila 54-51. Hindi ganoon kalaki ang kanilang difference dito when it comes to the mid lane. Diamond Sharks versus MSI EvoGT only. Pero napapansin natin dito sa mga kaibigan in the mid lane na medyo meron ng 1-0-2 score itong si Rise in favor is champion. At dahil doon, mas malaki yung kanyang item advantage against his opponent dito. And I am thinking na with the 1-0-1 score for Coops dito, he was about to get yung kanyang Spirit of the Elder Lizard kung saan bibigay sa kanya lalo ng advantage against his opponent na ginagamit dito sa laban.
That's right. Actually, looking at the map right now, everything seems to be even. The only thing I think that's really good is Rise, because Rise is really making a lot of plays here. Of course, with the help of Coops here, Rise is able to pick up 1 kill and 2 assists, while Coops on the other hand has also 1 kill and 1 assist as well. So Diamond Mint freezing his lane, making sure that the bottom lane of MSI EvoGT will not reach his tower. Right now, Oni and Coops is actually stealing the red buff of Team Diamond, and there we go. Coops picking up the red buff of Evelyn. Evelyn still in base, probably waiting for some gold and picking up some more items. She getting very aggressive, picks up a diamond, a tower hit from Team Diamond right now, and Kami just being patient, picking up those CS under the turret.
Alam mo, in the top nito, mahirap sa kanilang sa lineup na to. Trundle versus Renekton. Pag nakipagsabayan dito si Renekton against Trundle, even though gamitin niya yung kanyang Dominus, he can just dominate sa laban na to. Kasi with that SS coming from Trundle, dito yung kanyang Subjugate, kung saan nagbibigay sa kanya ng, nakukuha niya yung health from his opponent, at nakukuha niya dito yung kunat ng kanyang kalaban, at ito nagpapahirap dito kay Shishi to at least won the 1 versus 1 team fight dito ng mga kabilang. Guys, sa laban dito, nagkasabayan na. And he's trying to get one champion mga kabilang. In the top lane dito, Shishi have to disengage in the top lane. The damage output from Trundle dito. Ito nangyayari team fight in the top lane. And I'm thinking ngayon na ang possible lang na makapagbigay ng contribution nito sa laban nito from team ng MSI EvoGT ay yung mga ganks na mangyayari coming from Rise or dito kay Oni.
Yes, actually, Coops and Oni were actually going to the bottom lane, planning to gank again the bottom lane, but since both Diamond members, Diamond Mid and Shuraka, was not pushing that strong and practically freezing the lane, they were not able to make anything out of it, or anything happen out of it. Now Maricel has decided to go to bot lane to try to see if she can help her two members in the bottom lane, but since nawala bigla yung mga ADR and of course support of MSI EvoGT, he decided to back away.
Looking at the item of Trundle na top, and if ever na makuha niya yung kanyang Blade of the Ruin King, lalo siya mananalo sa laban niya against kay Shishi. Pero mga kaibigan, Jay, do you think when it comes to the item build, if ever na makakuha ng Sunfire dito si Shishi, can he go against his opponent? Pero mga kaibigan, immediately nagkaroon ng teamfight dito. Ignited mga kaibigan si Sharks goes down, and he's trying to chase Maricel dito with that rune prison guy from Oni. He was about to get the life of one champion once again from Lin and Diamond, but they have to disengage. Grabing laban mga kaibigan in the top, in the middle dito mga kaibigan. But Diamond, Kami, chasing Shishi dito. He was ignited. Bilgewater Canvas has been burned out. Ginamit niya na ngayon. Nag-disable na mga kaibigan ang SS from Kami dito. But with the last hit coming from the minion, he will go down. And yes, very good job. Especially dito sa minion na nag-last hit kanina sa top lane. But Shishi, alam mo, ang ganda na ginawa na Shishi doon. Napansin mo ba na hinintay niyang mawala dito yung subjugate from Kami bago niya sabayan with the ignite and yung paggamit na niya slice na sa disappointed dito na kung saan na imbis na siya mamatay dito, siya pa nakakuha ng buhay from the diamonds.
That's right. And of course, because sobrang naging aggressive si Kami dito sa top lane, he had no more minions to help him out, and of course, because of that, of course, Renekton, with the help of his minions, were able to easily pick up the kill because of course, Kami had nowhere else to go. He couldn't teleport away since Shishi had more life, and all he had needed to do was use his Q to last hit him, or if not, of course, the minions pick up the kill.
Sa laban na to, I am thinking that Diamond succeeded in the countering Vayne in the bottom lane. Pero mga kaibigan, kita natin ngayon na nahihirapan sila sa ibang lanes, especially in the mid lane dito. Pero I'm thinking that sa lineup ng Team Diamonds dito, they are most likely focusing sa ganks or sa team fight na mangyayari. We have the good crowd control dito. The T-Burst, the Crowdstorm coming from Fiddlesticks. If ever na magkasabay-sabay ito na maayos, kaya nilang ubusin ng team members of MSI EvoGT dito. And MSI EvoGT have to focus na kailangan nilang masecure yung kanilang pag-shove or dito parang kailangan nilang gawin ng paraan na yung kanilang mga AD carries from the Diamonds ay mapigilan nilang lumaban sa mga team fight. So, ang kailangan nilang gawin ay harangin lamang ang mga AD carry dito na hindi nila magawa ng maayos yung kanilang role na magkaroon ng free hit chance against your opponent.
Yes, and actually Diamond Maricel, of course, on the Evelyn, I feel is really behind now, even though she has more CS than Wukong right at this point. We all know the early advantage of Evelyn is being able to surprise the opponent, and she hasn't made that many plays yet, and because of that, Oni is starting to get really fed. As you can see, 1 kill and 0 with 3 assists right now. Both members of MSI rotating the top lane. Looks like MSI spotting out Carousel.
Shura was forced to use his flash para makapag-disengage sa laban na yon, and unfortunately hindi siya nag-succeed sa paggamit ng kanyang Crowdstorm sana pang surprise gang against his opponent, and they're about to get the first dragon of this match mga kaibigan. Ginamit na kayo ni Terrify para kay Oni. He was exhausted. SS from Maricel dito, but I think it's a miscommunication from the members of Diamonds dito. They are getting the life of Diamonds one by one. Double kill na mga kaibigan for Rise dito. And once again, he was Sharks goes down with that rain prison from MSI EvoGT Oni, and he was ignited, but wasn't enough to get the life of one champion of Team MSI EvoGT, and they are about to get the first hit turret in the mid lane mga kaibigan. At ang ating score ay 8-2. And I'm thinking na nahihirapan ngayon ng team ng Diamond na laruin ang ganitong klase ng playstyle. Even though na-counter nila yung bottom lane ng team MSI EvoGT, ang nangyayari dito, yung ibang lanes sila ay nahihirapan against your opponent.
That's right. I feel like MSI EvoGT should be able to win this game without any problems at the rate they're going right now. As you can see, they control the dragon, they're controlling the jungle even of Team Diamond. Although Diamond Maricel has picked up more CS than Wukong, she has not provided enough impact in the team fight, unlike Wukong already with 2 kills and 3 assists, and of course is slightly in an advantage in terms of items as well. As you can see, Marcel now even has to donate his blue buff to Diamond Sharks, and Diamond Sharks at 0-4-0, not doing very well this game, and Oni of course rotating again with Wukong here in the jungle, probably try to gank the mid top lane if ever the Trundle shows himself. As you can see, all members of MSI EvoGT are doing a really good job right now. In terms of CS, they are also winning in almost every lane except the bottom lane by a few CS only. So it will be really interesting to see what Diamond will do to get back into this game.
I'm thinking na medyo nagpapahirap yung Team MSI EvoGT dito sa laban na ito ay kung paano nila masecure ang kanilang objective of getting the first tier turret sa laban. Pero mga kaibigan, take note, 1-0 na ang ating turret destroyed at first dragon came napunta dito sa MSI EvoGT. Sunfire came na in the top dito si Shishi against his opponent, and wala pang Blade of Durwin si Kami dito that gave MSI EvoGT, an advantage na top lane against his opponent kasi kung mapapansin mo dito, hindi ganoon na nakakasabay si Kami against Renekton. And if ever na mapagsabay siya dito, kaya niyang gamitin yung kanyang Dominus and then disengage. Pero mga kaibigan, magkakaroon ng teamfight in the top lane dito. He have to use his Dominus. He was stunned. Marshall was about to go down, pero they have to disengage sa top lane dito. With that direct damage, Oni got use his flash para mag-initiate kay Marshall dito. Cyclone coming from Buong, mga kaibigan, na Timbers coming from Sharks. And they got a double kill in the top lane dito, mga kaibigan. Aim for a triple kill. And MSI EvoGT on Coops got a one more kill, mga kaibigan. Shura versus MSI EvoGT on in the top lane dito. It's a 4 champion for 2 champion exchange in favor of team ng MSI EvoGT.
Yes, Oni now very fast, 605. Already completed his Rod of Ages and of course his Source's Shoes. Of course, he also picked up an early tier, which has stacked up pretty well at this stage of the game. As you can see, the Rise is doing really well in this game, and as long as Oni can keep apply the pressure and picking up kills, he should be able to continue snowballing this game. Of course, we've seen Rise become very tanky and very strong even at late game, so it'll be really interesting to see how Diamond will deal with the 3 champions from MSI who can get pretty tanky in the mid to late game.
Alam mo, gaya na sinabi natin dito, ito yung medyo mahirap kapag palit ng lineup ninyo. Yes, even though sure kinda possible kayo manalo sa laban, pero ang mahirap dito yung synergy ninyo as a team. Yung teamwork na kaya nyo gawin against your opponent. At kung papasin mo, looking at the strategy of team ng Diamond, they're not that good when it comes to yung kanilang strategy or yung kanilang communication dito. Kung saan mapapansin mo na top lane kanina, nahuli kagad dito si Kami, and medyo na late ng sobra itong team ng Diamond, and I think ang naging nangyari dito ay nagpaisa-isa sila, pero in the bottom lane, mga kaibigan, they're getting the life of Shura dito. He was taking so much damage in the bottom lane dito, and he can respond very well sa nangyari ngayon since he's about to go against team MSI EvoGT dito. 4 na champion from team MSI EvoGT, and I think MSI EvoGT about to get the first third in the bottom lane dito sa laban na to.
Yeah, so MSI EvoGT picking up all the outer thirds now, so only the second inner thirds of Team Diamond are remaining now. Of course, Team Diamond having a hard time pushing. As you can see, none of the thirds of MSI EvoGT down have even received any damage at all. All the towers, top, mid, and bottom lane have hardly even been touched by the champions from the Team Diamond. Now, like I mentioned, I feel like the Evelyn in this game was sort of a bad pick. Wasn't able to apply that much pressure in the early part of the game, and because of that, the rest of Team Diamond are right now suffering because of this. And as you can see, Wukong or Coops and Oni are doing a good job rotating together over and over top, mid, and bottom. And because of that, they are winning the team fight consistently.
Mga kaibigan, Maricel Gaki na top lane dito. He was forced to use his flash out para mag-disengage the top lane. But GG, with that Dominus, will he be able to get the life of one champion of Team Diamonds dito? A good response from MSI EvoGT. Oni, he were about to get the life of Maricel, but he have to use his flash out para mag-disengage, mga kaibigan. Edgy, napakabilis with that Jana. Timbers coming from Sharks dito to use and gumamit ng kanyang crowd control dito from Team MSI EvoGT para mapigilan sila sa pagpilit nilang pumasok sa laban na yun. And with that, also the trophy coming from Kami dito stop Team MSI EvoGT from ganking the top lane. So far ngayon, looking at the score, 13-4 ang ating score dito in favor of team ng MSI EvoGT, at napakalaki ng gold advantage nila, almost 7k, almost 6.5k, mga kaibigan. At ito yung bagay na pinakamahirap mong dapat hindi mo gagawin sa inyong kalaban. Ang mangyayari kasi dito, even though nakita natin ngayon na lumalaban sila sa ibang lanes, ganks coming from MSI EvoGT, sobrang effective ng mga gank nila. Na-counter gank pa nila yung mga gank attempt coming from Maricel dito or kay Evelyn, na even though nakita mo sa top lane, makukuha na nila yung boy ni Shishi dito. But with that mobility from Oni, yung kanya movement speed,
yes,
kaya niya mag-respond din ng mabilisan dito kahit wala siyang teleport as his summoner spell.
Yes, alright. So Oni picking up the blue buff for himself. As you can see, he's getting really powerful. He's even already picked up an Abyssal Scepter, so he should be able to shred through the magic with the bounce from his E spell, and of course the shred coming from the Sword Boots and the Abyssal Scepter, he should be able to do close to true damage to most of the members of MSI EvoGT at close range.
MSI EvoGT got the dragon, mga kaibigan, just in time. At hinintay nila talaga to for the second dragon of their team. And with that, lalo lumalaki ang ating goal difference dito at almost a 6k na, or almost a 7k, pero in favor pa rin sa team members of sa EvoGT. And I'm thinking na mahirapan sila dito. Rune Prison, mga kaibigan. Sharks got caught dito and hindi siya nakagawa ng paraan para makapag-disable ng kanyang kalaban. Cyclone coming from Coops there, trying to get the life of one champion of Team MSI EvoGT. Diamond dito, mga kaibigan. And with that shield for Maricel, he was saved. And mga kaibigan, Kami chasing MSI EvoGT dito. And mukhang katapusan nila for the team. Pero mga kaibigan, Carl naiwan dito in the bottom. He was exhausted. Diamond win. And Diamond Shuraka getting the life of MSI EvoGT card. But that boomerang almost enough. Pero hindi umabot, mga kaibigan. And they're chasing with that flashing guy from Oni. And the Rune Prison. They secured once again another life of Team Diamond sa laban na to. It's a 2-4 exchange in favor of Team ng Diamond.
Yes, that's right. So, alright, so good job coming from Oni again, locking down that to help his team pick up another kill. As you can see, he's now 6-0 and 8, and they're about to take out the last outer third of Diamond here in the bottom lane, and I don't think Diamond has any answers to the lineup coming from MSI EvoGT. As you can see, Wukong doing a really good job of initiating over and over with his Cyclone, picking up kill after kill and knocking up multiple members of Team Diamond. Of course, Jana is able to boost the rest of the team of MSI EvoGT to chase down the members of Team Diamond to counter the ultimate of Severe in this game.
I think Diamond, hindi dapat sila hindi dapat ganito yung playstyle nila. I'm thinking na dapat ang playstyle nila dito ay more play safe muna. And kung mapapansin mo, they are chasing champions one by one. And ang nangyayari, even though they are failing sa nangyayaring yun, they're still trying. And ito yung mahirap sa kanilang lineup. We have Evelyn usually effective lang sa laning phase kasi, well, the surprise attack coming from his champion. And actually ngayon, sa item nitong si Sharks, having the Needless Rod and yung kanyang, yes, he got his Deathfire Gas dito for his champion. Pero mga kaibigan, I don't think this will be very effective sa mga teamfight na mangyayari.
Yes, so
it is a good item choice, pero if you are in advantage sa laning phase mo, and I'm thinking na much better siguro kung kumuha siya ng Abyssal Scepter for the Magic Resist and also get an item na kaya magbigay sa kanya ng utility sa kanyang kalaban. Pero mga kaibigan, Carl naiwan sa taas dito and he got caught by Team Diamond. He was shot on by Evelyn, pero Shishi got stunned by that disintegrate from Sharks in the top lane, and they have to disengage na laban na ito, mga kaibigan. Napakabilis dito ni Edgy at yung kanyang mobility as a support champion dito against their opponent ay sobrang effective sa laban.
Yes, that's right. So, right now, as you can see, MSI EvoGT doing their best to...
Cyclone, mga kaibigan, napakaganda performance coming from Coops dito. 4 champion of Team Diamond got caught by that Cyclone. Para mga kaibigan, Edgy have to use his flash out. She's chasing Mint dito with that boomerang. Will he be able to secure a life of Team MSI EvoGT dito sa top lane? He have to use his dice and dice para makuha pa ang buhay ni Diamond Mint. And with that, he have to use his flash out as well. And the last hit coming from Sharks to kill that champion in the jungle.
Yes, alright, so Edge right now here going to recall back to base. Rice just clearing out the jungle of Team Diamond right now. Shark trying to pick up a few of his own jungle creeps right now. Of course, the Timbers will be able to there to protect him from the minions. Looking at the gold right now, it's about a 9k gold advantage for MSI EvoGT. Of course, Team Diamond was able to pick up a few kills in that last team fight, but it's still not enough to get them back in the game. As you can see right now, Team Diamond has controlled the Dragon and possibly the Baron as the game progresses. And I don't know if MSI or Team Diamond will be able to answer this objectives that are being picked up by MSI EvoGT right now. Diane Shura spotting a ward here in the tri-bush. As you can see,
medyo nakalimutan ni Shura dito na meron champion from Team MSI EvoGT. He was exhausted and they're about to get the life of MSI EvoGT card in the bottom lane, and almost enough mga kaibigan para dito sa kanyang sarili dito, but Coops with that backup and trying to respond in the bottom lane, they got the life of one champion of Team Diamond. So it's a good exchange for their team, but it is in favor pa sa team ng MSI EvoGT mga kaibigan sa laban na to. 28 ang ating score in favor of team ng MSI EvoGT. Ang ating goal difference ay lumalaki 9k in favor of team ng MSI, and 1 minute and 20 seconds left bago mabuhay ang third dragon of this match. And I'm thinking na masasecure na naman to ng team MSI EvoGT.
Yes, actually, Team Diamond is starting to do a pretty good job of stalling the game a bit. As you can see, the turrets have still not been taken down by Team Diamond. Diamond being a little bit greedy right now. I'm sorry, MSI trying to be a little bit greedy now, trying to pick up kills instead of pushing. As you can see, Diamond's now trying to win those team fights, picking up possibly 2 kills here. Yes, Annie picking up 2 kills. And of course, their own blue buff. So, good job from Team Diamond.
Ang third dragon, if ever na masecure nila to, they will have the slightest advantage sa laban at makakahabol sila sa goal difference na wala sa kanila. Pero 4 seconds na bago mabuhay ang dragon in this match, and I'm thinking na nagiging kampante ang team ng MSI EvoGT trying to get that blue buff from team ng Diamond. Much better siguro kung ang ginawa nila doon ay binantayan lang nila and nag-disengage na sila sa laban na yun kasi medyo malaki yung pagkakamali doon eh. Even though makuha mo nila yung blue buff na yun, malaking exchange pa rin for the team of Diamonds dito. At ito yung kailangan gawin ng team ng Diamond. Kailangan nilang siguraduhin na mapatagal nila yung laban na to. Kasi in the early part of the game, nalugi na sila eh. So kapag nagpatuloy yung ganitong performance nila na patuloy silang umasim na magpilit against their opponent, ang mangyayari dito, MSI EvoGT can just control the team fights na mangyayari dahil alam nila mangyayari ito mga kaibigan. Kaya nasabi ko ngayon, Marcel got got by Coops dito in a Sunfire game mga kaibigan, and he was about to get yung kanyang Abyssal Scepter having this item. And I think, do you think it's a good idea for him to get the Abyssal Scepter first item or just focus sa kanyang pagiging tank champion dito?
Well, definitely will help him increase his tankiness against the Rise, but on the members like of course Wukong and Renekton, it will not be helping him that much. So of course, actually a minute ago, looks like Riot catching out Evelyn here, bursting her down. Like as you can mention, the Abyssal Scepter still probably would not be enough to stop the burst coming from Rise. Alright, so it'll be really hard for them to get back into this game. A while ago, Team Diamond was able to do some good team fights and pick up the first third of the game for themselves in the bottom lane, but as you can see, Shishi being very tanky, just tanked the last outer third of Diamond here, and right now is tanking another third here. As you can see,
eto na mga kaibigan, Kami takes so much damage against the members of MSI EvoGT. They got the third tier turret in the mid lane, pero it's about time to get the inhibitor as well, and I think Diamond can do anything. They can't respond sa ginagawang performance of team ng MSI EvoGT sa laban na to, and grabe ang ginagawang performance nila ngayon. Sobrang dominating at sobra silang nagbibigay ng pressure for the team ng Diamonds. And for the next few minutes, I'm thinking na if ever na makuha ulit ng team ng MSI EvoGT dito ang Baron sa laban, that Baron buff can secure their winning advantage, lalo na sa mga team fight na to. Yes, and third dragon for team ng MSI EvoGT, yes, they got the third dragon mga kaibigan. At ito na sinasabi ko, pressure for team ng Diamond. Hindi sila makagawa ng paraan. And even though, gaya na sinabi ko kanina, na-counter nila yung bottom lane, ang nangyayari kasi dito, Vayne focused sa kanyang pagkuha ng CS. Hindi siya nag-focus sa kanyang kills eh. And sinabayan niya lang si Sphere dito sa mga pangyayari dito bottom lane. And walang gank, gano'n nangyaring gank from team ng MSI EvoGT in the bottom lane dito. They focused more sa mid and sa top. At ang nangyari, nahirapan dito si Annie, especially si Annie, talagang nakamp nila dito si Shark sa laban nila against team ng MSI EvoGT. And looking at this item, is about to go yung kanyang Liantis item dito, but mga kaibigan, MSI EvoGT attempting to get the first Baron of this match mga kaibigan. Shuraka have to put down yung kanyang ward dito at walang smite from team members of Diamond dito. They can't respond mga kaibigan, they can't get that Baron, they can't steal the Baron. Blue team got the Baron Nashor mga kaibigan, and with that, one champion of team Diamond goes down. SS from Shura, he failed to get that Baron mga kaibigan, and it's a 3-for-1 non-exchange in favor of MSI EvoGT. Napakabilis ng movement speed nila dito with the support of Janna. He can just give the buffs coming from team MSI EvoGT dito. Yes, MSI EvoGT Carl goes down with that burst damage from Sharks dito, but a flash in from Shishi to secure another kill. It's a 4-for-1 exchange in the end in favor of team MSI EvoGT.
Yes, I think actually MSI EvoGT might be able to close out the game. Of course, there's still Sphere standing up, but I don't think she has enough HP to survive the burst damage coming from the combo of Wukong and Renekton, of course, and Rice as well. As you can see, here we see Shurak alive again, but trying to stop them, but looks like it's GG. Well played in favor MSI EvoGT. As you can see, Shishi very tanky, ending the game for them, and now the first victory of MSI EvoGT in this best of 2 match today. Alright, so congratulations against MSI EvoGT for picking up the first win today. Of course, we will have another game in a few minutes against the same two teams where they will be switching sides. Team Diamond and MSI will be playing again. Team Diamond, like I said, a little bit weird composition. They did not utilize it the right way. Evelyn was very passive the first few levels, unlike Pukong and Arise from Team MSI being very aggressive, ganking Annie and the bottom lane at the same time, giving them a very strong early lead.
Ang nagpahirap talaga ng sobra dito sa team ng Diamond ay yung performance ni Oni in the mid lane with that ganking potential, with this potential of tracking down any champion from team members of MSI EvoGT. I mean, ang Diamond dito, especially yung kanyang pag-gank coming from Coops in the mid lane, yung kanyang pag-secure ng objective of ganking Sharks. Nahihirapan si Sharks sa mga pag-farm dito.
Yes.
At ang nangyari dito, yung pang-counter nila kay Vayne na si Annie, sa mga team fight, I mean kay Vayne na si Annie, hindi siya nakapag-farm ng sobra, hindi siya nakakuha ng item na pang-burst against their opponent. At ang nangyari dito, Oni outshined the other teammates, team members of the Diamonds dito. So I would give the MVP award not only for Coops, but for Oni as well.
Yes, that's right. And of course, like you said, si Annie was the counter to Vayne. Nagawa pa rin niya at the end game na burst down niya yung Vayne with her Deathfire Grass and her combo. But of course, it was just really too late for them to get back into the game. And MSI EvoGT 4-man strong with Baron buff, of course, was able to close out the game.
And I'm thinking na napaganda performance coming from Oni dito. And MSI EvoGT did a very good job. Lalo sa ginawa nilang performance dito sa even though na-counter nga yung bottom lane kanina, ang ginawa nila, nag-change sila ng strategy. Finocus nila yung mid. Usually, itong si Coops, nag-focus sa bottom lane to gank the opponent. And ngayon, sobra talagang napakaganda ng laban ngayon sa team ng MSI EvoGT versus Diamond. Unfortunately, Diamond can respond very well at hindi nila nagawa ng paraan yung kanilang objective sa laban na to. At lalo na yung pagiging dominance ng team members of the MSI EvoGT in every lane sa laban na to. Mga kaibigan, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. Pero bago ang lahat, Jay, if ever na mawalan ka ng shells, gusto mong bumili ng champion, gusto mong bumili ng skins, meron tayong feature from GameX, epins.gamex.ph. Visit epins.gamex.ph. And after that, you will choose the game you are playing. We are playing League of Legends. And after mo piliin yung League of Legends, you are about to choose the Garena shell denomination you want. Especially if ever gustong bumili ng mythical skins. Siyempre, kailangan around 900 pesos or 700 yan.
Malaking load yan.
At si Spalsfire Ezreal. Pero after nun, after mo mamili ng denomination, click add to cart. After mo mag-click ng add to cart, you are about to enter your mobile number. Sun Cellular, Smart, at TNT subscriber lamang ang pwede dito. After mo ilagay yung number mo, marireceive mo yung confirmation code. Send it to 3161 and after mo masend sa 3161, you will receive your EPIN.
That's right. So
napakadali mga kaibigan. Sobrang less hassle.
Yes, very convenient for you, especially if you don't want to go out and you already have load in your phone and you want to just buy a skin. No need to go out. Just log into gamex.com and follow the procedure we just mentioned a while ago. Of course, the instructions will also be found on their website. Alright, so again, we're going to take a short break. Of course, we'll have Game 2 in a moment, so stick around and we'll be right back.
Maraming salamat sa mga nanonood dyan. Please wait for a while. I'm GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. Kita kayo tayo ulit after a few minute break.